Demi Lovato is a former Disney star who is currently best known for getting in tons of scandals. Their family-friendly image quickly faded away after Disney, and now Demi is very open about their issues relating to sobriety and body image. And of course, there are tons of secrets that Demi does not want the public to know about them. Let's get into it. In at number 10, holiday stint in treatment. On January 10th of this year, it was reported that Demi was home after a stint in rehab for the holidays. Demi has struggled with substance issues for years, and after being declared sober for the last few years, Demi decided to go back to treatment over the holidays. A source said Demi, quote, completed a rehab stint in Utah recently and is now back in Los Angeles. Adding, quote, they wanted to get back on track and recently swore off being California sober. Demi's friends and family were there to support them during their time in rehab. Apparently, Lovato wanted to start the year off in a good path, and going back to rehab helped a lot with this. Demi has also made lifestyle changes now that they are back. The insider added, quote, Demi will have a sober living companion with them during this transition. It was their decision to go back to rehab. Demi has not addressed these reports, but they have wiped their Instagram feed. In at number 9, not California sober anymore. After their OD in 2018, Demi has struggled with maintaining sobriety. After the OD, they claimed that they were California sober, which is when a person does no substances other than the green one that you smoke. I can't say it on YouTube. Demi posted to Instagram on December 2nd admitting they were not fully sober and they needed to be 100% clean. Writing, quote, I no longer support my California sober ways. Sober is the only way to be. After reflecting on her different take towards different substances, they knew they needed to make a big change, and now it's all or nothing. These comments came shortly after Lala Kent slammed Lovato for the California sober term. Lala claimed that the term was super offensive and minimized how hard it is to be actually sober. Lala claimed that if you are doing any substance, you are not sober. Clearly, Demi resonated with these words. In at number 8, Demi was the bully, not the victim. Demi Lovato has been open about being bullied when they were younger. However, a lot of people from that school claim that Demi was lying, and in reality, they were actually the ones bullying other students. On Reddit, people were asked to list the celebrities who attended their high school, and some were pointing out how Lovato was the real bully at their school. Apparently, Demi was a part of the cool clique that would tease other people, and since Demi was a TV star by that point, it makes sense that people would want to be friends with them. Those accounts depicted the total opposite of what Demi has been saying for years. And not only were the students speaking up against Demi, but the teachers did too. They agreed that the singer was rude in school. Clearly, Demi has been telling a lot of lies about their past. In at number 7, Selena Gomez feud. Demi Lovato has made tons of shady digs about Selena Gomez. The pair started as friends, acting on Barney and Friends as kids. Their friendship continued into their teen years when they both became Disney stars. But things started to become tense when Selena got other friends and Demi felt left behind. When asked how Selena was in 2010, Demi replied, quote, ask Taylor Swift. Yikes, jealous much? Eventually, the pair mended their feud, and Demi admitted that Selena was one of the only people to contact them after their OD. But problems came once again when Demi unfollowed Selena, and it was clear the tension was brewing once again. Then in May of 2020, Demi exposed that the two don't keep in touch at all, which was a huge shock because Selena had just publicly supported Demi on Instagram. All in all, Demi looks like the bad guy in this debacle, and public opinion is firmly on the side of Selena Gomez, because it seems Selena has always tried to mend their issues while Demi just wants to keep feuding. And at number 6, hit backup dancer. One of the shadiest things that Demi has ever done was hitting one of their backup dancers in the face. This took place in November of 2010 while Demi was on tour with the Jonas Brothers. Demi was only 18 at the time and was acting pretty badly during the whole tour. Typical teenage behavior for the most part. But things turned really nasty when they got in trouble with the tour managers for a certain issue, and Demi demanded to know who ratted them out to the managers. After Demi figured out who snitched, Demi did the unthinkable and hit the dancer Alex Welch in the face. Welch initially complained that Lovato never apologized to her after this incident, but Demi's rep said this was because Demi was sent straight to rehab after the incident. In late December of 2010, people reported that Welch and Lovato reached a settlement for an undisclosed sum, part of which was donated to charity. Halfway number 5, offensive joke. During the 2016 Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Demi made an offensive joke about the Zika virus that showed their true colors. After Demi and their mom were interviewed, Demi decided to post a clip from this interview on Snapchat. But this was a big mistake. In the story you can see Demi laughing at a joke their mom made about Zika. In this clip, their mom said that everyone is going to come back with the Zika virus, and Demi looked at her and laughed at the insensitive joke. People started flooding Twitter, tweeting that the joke was offensive and wrong, and upset that Demi laughed. Demi brushed off the criticism and did not address it. Many fans found this hypocritical, because Demi can rarely take a joke when it's said about them, and has attacked many celebrities for shady comments in the past. In at number 4, body positivity hypocrite. One of the main movements that Demi supports is body positivity, so it's hard to see that in the past Demi has supported things that go against this movement. One interesting thing to note is that Demi is close with the Kardashian family, who are obviously very harmful to the body positivity movement, as they promote diet culture and harmful body modifications. This is strange considering Demi has blasted Taylor Swift for her girl squad full of models in the past, because Demi did not believe that Taylor's squad was inclusive. Even worse, in 2017, Demi promoted one of the many detox teas on the market, which we know are incredibly damaging products that are generally touted as weight loss products. And at number 3, lied about sobriety. Demi is very open about their struggle with sobriety, and they've had a few relapses in the past. In Demi's 2017 documentary, Demi Lovato Simply Complicated, Demi admitted that while they were promoting the Stay Strong campaign about sobriety in 2012, they were actually still using illicit substances, so they completely lied to their fans. In the documentary, Demi says, quote, "I wasn't working my program, I wasn't ready to get sober. I was sneaking things on planes, I was sneaking it in bathrooms, sneaking it throughout the night. I went on a bender of like 2 months where I was using daily." After one particularly rough night, Demi wound up in the hospital for mixing too much. Demi was placed in a psych ward and forced to get sober. They say that night they came close to losing their life. And at number 2, arrogant attitude. Many of Demi's former classmates have come forward and exposed that they thought they were better than everyone else while growing up. Since Demi started in Hollywood at a young age, acting in Barney and Friends when they were only 10 years old, they clearly thought they were above their classmates. But obviously that's never a good attitude to have. Former classmates have come out and said how Lovato would look down on them because they had been on TV. This is far from the way that Demi is portrayed. Demi claims that they were teased when they were younger and had a humble upbringing, but clearly that's not true. And finally at number 1, physical fights. Not only was Demi a bully in school, apparently it was not just with words, and Demi would get physical when they were angry. A Tumblr user once spoke and said that she was bullied by the skyscraper singer in school. Apparently, this girl became friends with a popular group of girls at school, and Demi did not like this, and Demi decided to attack this girl for no reason. It started with name calling and nasty comments, but then turned into physical harm. The girl claimed that one time Demi pulled her hair and smeared makeup all over her face. The girl claimed this was the worst day of her life. It's crazy considering Demi is a voice against bullying and has been a part of many anti-bullying campaigns in the past. But since this story lines up with so many other stories about Demi, it's hard not to believe it. So that's all for the list. Let me know your thoughts below. Before I go, I'm gonna shout out some comments from top 10 male celebrities you didn't know had plastic surgery part 2. Mary Beth said, "When I was a child, I broke my nose 3 times. All 3 times were before I was even out of elementary school. The doctors told my parents that I'd have to get plastic surgery to breathe properly if I broke it again, but thankfully I never did." Oh my god, 3 times? Before you were even out of elementary school? That is so crazy. Thankfully I've never broken my nose, knock on wood. Hopefully that doesn't happen. That's really scary. And Sick Bunny said, "Society when siblings don't look exactly alike." Okay, that is valid. He doesn't have to look exactly like his brother, but I mean, it's just an interesting comparison. And Ishmael said, "Have a pleasant day, Mackenzie. Thank you so much. It is a Friday right now when I'm filming, so very happy about that." So that's all for the video. Let me know your thoughts below. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith, and we'll catch you in the next one.